Hi everyone, it's Alexandra and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video all about my first tattoo and answering some questions from you guys that you had about my experience and how I healed my tattoo and all that. So I'm just gonna get started. So my tattoo was done in 2 sessions. I did the outline first and then I did the coloring in the second session. The first session took about an hour and a half and the second session took about 2.5 hours. So I'm not going to be disclosing what I paid for this tattoo because A, it's art and I believe that all artists should be paid fairly for the work that they do, and B, it probably doesn't even really matter because I wasn't charged based on the piece. I was charged by the hourly shop rate, so it wasn't your piece costs X dollars because of this. And no, it just, all that I was charged for was how long the tattoo artist took to tattoo me. In comparing my first and second session, I definitely had a lot harder time with the outline. And that's probably because it was my very first time ever being tattooed, so I did not know at all how tattoos were supposed to feel. I think I psyched myself out a little bit, expecting it to be very painful, and I expected it to hurt, and I think going in with that mindset made it hurt. Does that make sense? But I think all in all, it was a pretty easy session. I took about 3 or 4 breaks, like not like 20-minute breaks obviously, but like little like 2-3 minute breathers, like okay, let me use the bathroom or get some water, blah blah blah. The second session, I think I also took about 3 or 4 breaks, despite it being like almost twice as long as the first session. I also noticed that I was way more hydrated in my second session. I had just recovered from being sick right before I got tattooed. Like the couple of days before getting tattooed, I was just recovering from being sick, so I was already like drinking a lot of water and keeping myself hydrated just because of being sick, and that really helped me with getting tattooed. So I would say if you're getting tattooed, drink lots of water. Like, they mean it. It helps. One of the questions that I got from Instagram asked me places that I would recommend for a first tattoo, and since I only have my one tattoo, I can only talk about my experience around that one tattoo and how it felt in the location that I chose, my thigh, obviously. So I can't say, oh, thigh is better than wrist, or like the rib cage is more painful. Like, I mean, I can assume based on what I've heard from other people who have tattoos on those locations, but since I personally only have the one, I can only share that I felt for me it was appropriate as a first tattoo. It was an appropriate level of pain. I feel like I did choose a safer location to get tattooed because it is, you know, a little more fatty. A little fatty thigh. Like, you know, it wasn't like, you know, let me get like bone tattooed. Like, you know, I didn't really get tattooed like right on the bone somewhere because, you know, my thigh's all fatty. But in terms of how I handled the pain for it being on my thigh, I think it was, you know, great replacement. Definitely recommend a thigh tattoo because A, they're really cute, and B, they're really cute. So for healing my tattoo, my artist just recommended a standard antibacterial soap that doesn't have fragrance, so I just picked one up from Safeway. Like, I didn't really like invest in a super fancy soap to wash my tattoo with, just because I knew like it was gonna be similar. Like, I didn't need to pay like 30 bucks for a high-end soap if a $3 soap would have been just fine. I did kind of go a little bit up and beyond for my moisturizer and the other skincare options for it. So first off, I'm going to be talking about this little gem. So I used Lush's Ultra Balm as a moisturizer. I technically used 2 moisturizers. The Ultra Balm was the one that I kept in my bag that I took with me to like school and work and any place that I was not at home. But now I'm actually out of it, and I've repurposed the container for coconut oil, which is my primary method of moisturizer. It's the moisturizer that I used at home, and I really like coconut oil as a moisturizer. My artist actually recommended it. That's what she uses for her tattoos, because it's all natural. The kind that I picked up is organic. You know exactly what's in it. Like, most moisturizers have multiple ingredients that part of it goes into preserving the product itself and like giving the product itself a longer shelf life, which may not necessarily translate into having into being a better moisturizer for your skin. So I like how coconut oil is really simple and it doesn't have a lot of foreign ingredients that you're introducing into your non-intact skin. So now I just want to talk about the meaning behind my tattoo. I do want to clarify first that yes, my tattoo is a maneki neko, a Japanese lucky cat, and I recognize that I am a very white passing person, but I do want to clarify that I am part Japanese, so I just want to throw that out there just because I don't want to deal with any comments accusing me of appropriating Japanese culture, because it's my culture too. My grandma was born and raised in Japan. My mom is half Japanese. I know for some people that might not be relevant and that I'm more than half white, so anything that's not white shouldn't be counted. So my Japanese heritage is very important to me, and I just really want to set the record straight because I have been accused of claiming to be Japanese or like wishing that I was Japanese, and I don't need any negativity from that. Like, I recognize that I am white passing. I recognize that a lot of people can't tell that I am of mixed ethnicity, so I do just want to set the record straight that this is part of my culture. I cannot appropriate my own culture, and hopefully me just setting the record straight helps the assholes on YouTube who leave dumb comments to not do that. But the maneki neko in Japanese culture is a symbol of inviting good luck into one's life. I have gone through a lot of depression and anxiety in my life and the past, and I feel that a lot of times I allow negativity to come into my life and to be the focus of my attention. And part of the reason that I got this tattoo was to remind myself to be positive. It's a little bit symbolic, like inviting luck, inviting positivity into my life. I selected pink as the colors for the maneki neko because pink symbolizes specifically good luck in relationships. For me personally, I don't see that as only relationships like boyfriend and girlfriend. I view the term relationships to mean like essentially everything from friendships to relations with my peers to relations with family and my relationship as a human being on this planet. I selected the text specifically because it translates to invite and lucky, translated by my grandma, so thanks Grandma. You were born and raised in Japan. You know how to speak and read Japanese. Putting that out there because I'm sure there's gonna be someone who missed the whole cultural appropriation shit I was talking about like a minute ago. And I really love how Japanese characters visually look, and I found that these characters were very visually appealing, and I thought that it would fit nicely with the tattoo. I just wanted my grandma to double check the meaning and the translation behind it because I am not fully fluent in Japanese. So I had my grandma double check the translation because I didn't want it to say something stupid like water or bagel. Like I didn't want a tattoo. I don't want to have a fucking lucky cat that says bagel on it. I thought I'd also share with you guys the name that I gave my tattoo because it has a face and I felt that it's only appropriate to give my tattoo a name. So I named my tattoo Michi, and Michi can be translated to pathway, and that again ties in with the whole good luck in this relationship of life and like the pathway to that positivity. And that's pretty much it for this video. I want to thank you guys for letting me share that with you. I want to thank you guys for leaving me questions to answer. I'm gonna really try hard to get YouTube on a very regular basis. Let me know what videos that you'd like to see from me in the future, and connect with me on my Tumblr and Instagram to, I don't know, see what else I put out into this internet sphere. And that's it for this video, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I love you, and I will see you next week. Bye!